But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll
What's
fight
good,
his way
yeah? It's your
back.
boy Busy
Here are the
Biz, man.
five
Back
for
here in
the
the scenery. I
Lakers.
already know what's going on, man. I see
LeBron
the
is the
title, I
three
see the
with Davis in
thumbnail,
at the
I
four.
see the thumbnail, I see the
Kentavious Caldwell
title,
Pope
I
out
see the
there with Dennis
background
Schroeder.
too, man. I
And
see
it's
what's going
Gasol
on.
in at the five.
So
And
this
then
is
for the
different,
Brooklyn Nets,
different
DeAndre
to
Jordan
what
is
we're
out there with
accustomed
Green.
to.
Then it's Joe
Usually,
Harris.
me
Then it's James
playing,
Harden. And it's Durant
instead
in at the
of,
small forward position.
still talking to y'all,
When
but
you
me
watch
playing
Anthony
and
Davis
us
play,
going through a
Graham, he
game.
just moves
But
like
this
someone
time
only
around,
half
we're
his
gonna do
size.
something
Think
different,
about
right?
this, BA. He has the gait and quickness of a guard.
We're going to
And of course, everyone knows that
actually
he was a point guard well into
just
his
sit
high
here and
school
chat
career,
and talk
but
and
he
have a
grew
discussion,
almost a
right?
foot for
Before we continue, please subscribe to the
Outside
channel if you're
shooter.
new to the channel. Turn on that post
Here's
notification so
Caldwell
I can be up
Pope.
to date with all
Three-pointer.
the latest content we're coming to y'all
Dennis
with.
Jordan with the
And if
rebound.
y'all was brought to the channel to, because this video is different than everything we
Almost 2 minutes
posted,
into the first here.
still subscribe to the channel. We got more similar things to come. All right.
Pass to
But to
Harden.
get to it, enough of that,
Going inside.
chatting
And Harden
at the
with
beginning. Is to
jam.
talk about that
And, you
man
you can't underestimate
that just threw it
Harden's
down.
ability to blow by
James
defenders.
Harden.
It
Yes,
opens things
James
up for him on
Harden,
the offensive side.
who is now a member of the Brooklyn Nets.
James with the ball.
James Harden
Guarded
last
by
night,
Durant.
not last night, but
Tries the
yesterday,
spin move.
was traded
That one-
to
where
Brooklyn
was the defense on that
Nets.
play?
So it's 4 teams involved, right? Brooklyn,
Here's
Houston,
James. The nine-footer's
Indiana,
on the mark.
and
I
Cleveland,
love
right?
this approach.
So
Getting
what
him
Houston
involved
got out of
early
this deal,
is already
Houston got
paying
4
off.
unprotected draft picks, and that's coming from Brooklyn. Then they also got Victor
Now
Oladipo,
here's Harden.
and they got
Top-tier scorer,
Dante
averaging a little under
Exum,
25
and then I
points a
want to say
contest.
Karukos. I think that's how you say his
looking
name,
good.
from
2
the
buckets
Nets.
and 3
Then
individual.
Indiana
There
got
is an
Karis
adjustment
LeVert
period every
from
time you're on a
Brooklyn.
new team.
Cleveland, on the other hand, got Jared Allen and I'm gonna say his name wrong. Tarian Prince. I think I probably said his name wrong, but that's who Cleveland got. And then of course Brooklyn got again that man, James Harden. I was in shock. So I was in work when that happened. I was in work. I was in shock. I actually seen Nietzsche. Shout out to Nietzsche, man, who actually sent a text out in the chat, and he said that, and I couldn't believe it because I'm like, there's no way. And I was kind of anticipating it too, because I feel like what James did the night before, the night before when he said what he said, that had to be like he knew what he was doing. He was orchestrating something, to kind of get the pieces to fall in line the way it happened. Because he sparked so much tension with the responses he got from, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins. It was just building up to a point where it's like, I was curious to see what the next game is gonna look like, or what's the locker room gonna look like after that. And clearly the front office knew, something gotta give, because it's starting to trickle down through the entire team. It was already trickling down through the entire team. So James Harden, he definitely knew what he was doing. But from what I've heard, from what watching ESPN, is that actually Philly was like where James Harden wanted to land, and there was a deal on the table that would send Ben Simmons over to Houston for James Harden, and obviously some other pieces surrounding that. But given that situation, I guess Houston didn't like the deal initially. They wanted more pieces around, and they didn't have a great deal in place just yet. And I guess taking to look at the Brooklyn situation over with Kyrie and all that, Brooklyn just wanted, I feel like they wanted to throw everything on the deck and just figure out what they can do to make that deal happen. Because I feel like Brooklyn wanted to make that deal happen probably way more than Houston wanted to, because of the uncertainty of Kyrie right now. Right now it's looking like it's just, before James came, it was looking like it's just KD and company, right? And I guess Brooklyn wanted some insurance given that situation. They didn't want to just kind of lose Kyrie, because Kyrie is looking like, we don't know if Kyrie's gonna come back, play ball again. Hopefully this James Harden deal kind of motivates him to come back, but we don't know what Kyrie's doing, right? It actually talks about his contract possibly being terminated, given that he's not playing for no specific reason. So I feel like Brooklyn really just wanted to get, they're looking at that situation, be like, you know what, to hell with Kyrie for now. Let's bring in James to pair him up with, so KD has at least somebody to be paired up with, and can take on the competition. So it's not just KD. You know, we're still looking to flow. And we're still looking like championship contenders. So I feel like that's exactly what Brooklyn had did and why they did it. Now, do I think it was the best deal or the best option for them? I don't know, man. I think they might have. I don't know, man. Y'all talk to me. Comment down below. Do y'all think the team is better or are they worse? Like, think about it. Are they better or are they worse now? You know, because Caris LeVert was nice. Well, it is nice, and he was doing good on that team. Obviously, you know, he didn't have the opportunity to, you know, do what he's done in the past, given that, you know, KD had come onto the team now. But Caris LeVert was doing something nice, and he was starting to blossom into a great player. James is obviously one of the best players, one of the best scorers we've ever seen. He might be. Well, I still give it to KD. I still think KD is the best scorer the A has ever seen. But James Harden is up there. You know, James Harden efficiency is not the best compared to you know, KD, who's way more efficient than James is. But, you know, James is a great player, and he is a great acquisition. But the problem that we all see, and we all talk about it, the questions is there from everyone that knows basketball, is how will these players gel together? How would they gel together? Honestly, you have Kyrie needs the ball to create, for the most part, to create his opportunities. He doesn't play well off the ball. You know, we've seen it in Boston, we've seen it in Cleveland, and he was able to do somewhat in Cleveland, but he's playing with probably the greatest player. He played there with probably the greatest player to ever play the game. Some of y'all might kill me in the comments for saying that, but, you know, LeBron James' IQ was high enough to, you know, get Kyrie what Kyrie needed to be successful, you know. So then, aside from that, you have James, who also needs the ball to be able to do damage. All right. And James, though, he showed us that he can, because he led the league once in assists. He showed us that, you know, he can average double-digit assists, so he could at least kick the rock to shooters and to KD and share that, you know, with Kyrie possibly. But James needs the ball to put up his numbers too, and to, you know, to be an offensive threat on the team. Right? Then you also have James Harden's efficiency coming into play, because, like, you know, yeah, James Harden, you know, he's the defending scoring leader. And I think, I think he's currently averaging like about 24 points this season. He's like 24, 4, and 10. 10 assists, that is. Then before he averaged 30 plus, and to start the season, I think he opened up with like 44 points. He can put up numbers. We all know that. But he puts up a lot of shots. And that's not going to be possible here with KD, Kyrie, and himself. Right. So to move on to KD, I don't feel like KD will be an X factor. He's not going to be a major problem. I think KD will gel. He can gel well with each of them, giving KD's ability to kind of adapt within the system in Golden State. And obviously was successful. He had 2 NBA championships there and 2 Finals MVPs. So we clearly seen that he can play off the ball, you know, when needed to. But the thing is, over there too, those players were able to play off the ball as well. Will Kyrie, will James be able to play off the ball? Also, another question to think about, guys. Who is going to be the third option? Who's going to be the third option? Honestly, like, it's a lot to think about. You know, at my opinion, it has to be Kyrie, but how will that sit with Kyrie? Will Kyrie be accepting of that role, being the third best player on the team? I don't know. Y'all know how Kyrie is, man. So it's a lot to juggle. It's a lot to juggle. So I don't know if this team if it's gonna work out. You know, the ceiling is set high for them. High. They are expected by a lot of people to at least come out of the East and reach the finals. Some people are saying they have to win it all. It's championship or bust. For me, my opinion, I don't think they're gonna come out the East, to be honest. I think it's too much. I think we might see some chemistry problems similar to like what we seen over in Los Angeles, specifically with the Clippers. But I don't think it's gonna be worse than what happened in Los Angeles with the Clippers. But I feel like it'll be something similar to that. And then the Kyrie stuff isn't working, so I don't know if Kyrie's gonna be back. I hope he's gonna be back because I would love to see all three of them play together. If they make it work, that's gonna be fire, to be honest. So that's gonna be dangerous too. But it's gonna be tough though. It's too much star power. I don't know. I feel like this. It's cool to see the trade happen, but I feel like this trade was a joke. I feel like it was too much, and it might have been like a martyr move where you just like committed suicide to yourself in terms of like Brooklyn. Cause looking at Houston's gonna be nice with Victor Oladipo, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins. That's fire. And you got Dante Exum coming off the bench. And Christian Wood. So DeMarcus is actually coming out the bench. You got Christian Woods who started. He's averaging about 20 plus. I think 22 to be exact. Like it's gonna be nice. So and John Wall is only getting better. He's sitting out at 18 per game, and you know he's a great facilitator. And he has that hunger and that tenacity this season, coming off of not playing the past 2 seasons. You know he definitely want to prove that he's still one of the best point guards in the league today. So. And they want to prove a lot given the whole James Harden situation that they're better without him. So it's going to be nice to move on and see how the league moves on. But I still got probably the Lakers taking it all. So comment down below, though. Let me know how y'all feel about this. Kind of been talking a lot. I think we're about to wrap this all up. But I enjoyed this. Definitely expect to see more videos like this. You know, we'll touch on topics that pertain to the video game world. So, you know, connecting this to 2K, all I gotta say is if you play me, you cannot use this team. That's about it. Like, cause yeah, it won't work. I don't think it's gonna work in real life, but you best believe this will work in 2K. In 2K, this is dangerous. It's one of those Warriors teams again where you like, yo, you can't use this team because it's too dangerous. But this, I feel like this is worse than the Warriors team. These are 3 offensive threats. 3 people that are averaging like 29, 27, 24. So it's dangerous. But again, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think of this whole trade, the NBA. You know, do y'all feel like the Lakers and LeBron James have something to worry with the Brooklyn Nets? Do y'all think anybody else, has a chance to win against the Lakers or any other team to take the chip? You know, who do y'all think will come out the East? You know, comment down below. Let me know. Personally, me, I think Philly gonna come out the East this year. Philly's looking dangerous. I'm not gonna lie. They just gotta just get a couple more shooters in there, and if Ben can work on that shot, they're gonna be dangerous. But that's about it, though. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm talking too much. All right, that's it. Like the video if y'all liked it. Dislike it if y'all disliked it, and yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Turn that post notifications so y'all can be up to date with all the latest content we're coming to y'all with. I'm very excited to be taking our channel into this direction. Still gaming, but again, we'll be having some of these combos when we touch on topics that revolve around the gaming world. All right, and just so we could talk sometimes. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all be easy. Till then, one.